Hello everybody, Tommyruin here, and with Monster Hunter World announced to be releasing on the 26th of January 2018, I thought it would be fun to break down what I am most looking forward to seeing in Monster Hunter World. From all of the new monsters that have been added into the game, to the cute little palicoes that will be following you on your journey, there's so much to be excited about. Number 6. At number 6 we have the new crafting system. And this has been upgraded massively since the old Monster Hunter games. First of all, when creating armour sets, you see all of the armour which you can create on one screen. This means that there's no more jumping between different pieces, so you don't have to go on different sub-menus for head pieces, chest pieces, gloves, belts and waists. You can just see all of the different items from the same monsters on the same screen, and you can work out what you need to get much easier. You can also see what you have equipped, what you've already collected, all on this same screen, which is really nice. It makes things so much easier to manage and so much easier to track what you need and what you already have. You can do all the usual stuff like previewing the gear and checking out all the stats on this menu, so it just makes everything a lot more organised and you can see it all in the same place. Now in my opinion, the weapon crafting is even cooler. Not only do you have a similar menu to that of the armor skills, but you also have in-game weapon trees, so you can accurately track the paths of your weapons and see what upgrades you're going to get in the future in-game. You no longer have to rely on external wikis and websites. You can now track it all in-game, which is a massive upgrade to what they had before, where you had to just kind of guess, unless you were looking at a wiki, about which path you wanted to take. Now if you went down a path that you didn't want to take, then you can actually roll back the equipment which you had before and you get all of the materials which you put into that weapon. So say you wanted to go to the next level of your sword and then you realise, actually I don't want to use those items in that sword, I want to upgrade my insect glaive instead. You can roll back the sword that you just upgraded, get all the materials back, and then you will be able to upgrade your insect glaive with the materials you used to upgrade the sword. Finally, on the crafting side of things, there is a wish list. Now this is a really nice feature, as it means you can track what items you need to get whilst out in the field. So you put items on your wish list, and when you're out in the field and you gather pieces for that equipment in the field, it will update your wish list and tell you that you've got those pieces and that maybe now you can craft that item or what pieces you need to get left. So this is a really nice feature for letting you track what pieces you need, maybe save some time getting extra items that you didn't need, and means that you can craft things in a lot easier fashion. Now we just got to hope that this doesn't feed directly into the game's desire sensor and just get rid of all the items that you really want, because that would suck a lot. Number 5. At number 5 we have console play. Being able to play Monster Hunter in its full glory on the TV is going to be one of the best things about the game for me. No more crouching over a tiny DS or a PSP. Monster Hunter is back on the home console and it's looking as good as ever. The graphics look amazing, it looks so sharp when playing on massive screens. But not only that, it makes it so much more accessible to lots of different people and can potentially bring in so many more people to the franchise. Studies show that home console ownership is far greater than that of portable consoles, so there's going to be more people who own PS4s and Xbox Ones who will potentially be interested in Monster Hunter World and pick it up and play it and join in the hunt. Not only that, but there is also going to be the PC release which is coming later, which will bring in a huge amount of people to the game. It's a big shame that the PC version is coming later, but that should mean that it's ready for the PC specs and should be top notch when we do get to play it. The fact that it is on these home consoles should mean that there is a better and more stable online play, which is always a plus. I just can't wait to get in there and play with my friends on the PC. Number 4. Another thing I'm very excited for in Monster Hunter World is the palicoes. Palicoes are the cute companions that everyone has come to love. Well, in Monster Hunter World they are getting even cuter. Now you can fully customize the appearance of your palicoes, including many different colours, ear styles and so much more. Not only this, but your palicoes are so persuasive that when you are running around the lush Monster Hunter world, you may see them having a chat with the local monsters as if they are best mates. And they can even persuade them to come and fight against big bad monsters with you. Now if they can persuade something to fight against this, then their powers of persuasion are something to be reckoned with. How could you say no to this face though? Number 3. One very exciting thing about Monster Hunter World is the revamp of a lot of the weapons. If you've watched any of the gameplay, then you'll notice there are moves that are coming from these weapons that you haven't seen before, and this is because in Monster Hunter World they have included a lot of new moves to weapons, and they are so very cool. Ones that come to mind are the hammer move that turns you into a spinning wheel of death whilst you are sliding down a hill. These new moves mean that there are now even more ways to master your weapons, learn new combos and take down monsters in even more stylish ways. I think that everyone will appreciate having to sit down for a bit and learn the new moves for a weapon before heading off to crack some skulls. Learning these new moves is as easy as ever now in Monster Hunter World, as they have added a training room that you can go and practice your skills against before you head off on a hunt. Not only this, but you can check out all the combos that you have on your weapon in the tooltips that appear in the game, so it's so much more accessible to learn how to play new weapons that previously were a bit daunting to go on and play. So I really recommend checking out new weapons when Monster Hunter World comes out, because you can check out all these new combos, these new moves, and these awesome weapons that Monster Hunter World has to offer. Number 2. Now nothing is more exciting than fighting new monsters. From the first time you see them with their awesome cutscenes to crafting the perfect new armour set after tens of kills, these guys make the game great. So far we have seen quite a few new and returning monsters, but some of the new monsters look absolutely amazing. From the monster that's half bat and half your nan's jumper to the T-Rex looking Anjanath, this game is really putting together a star cast of frightening beasts for us to go and triple cart to. My personal favourite, an opinion shared by a lot I'm sure, is the fluffy bat himself, named Paolumu. I think that the design is amazing, it's very cool, and it's something not seen before in Monster Hunter. Not only that, but the armour set created from him looks awesome. It's like you're wearing a Russian winter hat, and I love it. How can you hate a monster named by Capcom's own community manager Socks, named as Sir Floofsalon? I'm still trying to work out how we're going to kill the mountain-sized Zora Magdaros though. Seen in the trailer, it seems like it's one of those missions where you are fighting the massive elder dragons in those arena-style maps. And I think that's going to be very cool, getting together with 4 people and killing this mountain-sized monster using all the old classics like anti-dragon bombs and the Dragonator, to name a few of the pieces of equipment that you use to fight these massive monsters. I can't wait, and it's one of the main things that I'm most excited for in Monster Hunter World. Number 1. When a game comes out with world in the title, you expect the in-game environment to be vast and immersive, and so far Monster Hunter World hasn't disappointed. From the way that the grass moves as you walk through it to the destructible environment that the monsters love to mash up, Monster Hunter World feels alive. Not only this, but the game has a living, breathing ecosystem with monsters fighting each other as well as the hunters. When I got my hands on the game at EGX, I just loved running around and looking at the tiny details that you can see in the map. It was very cool seeing all the different things that you could interact with around the world, such as the different mushrooms and the vines and the slingshot pieces. It was very, very cool, and there's a lot going on in the world for you to explore apart from fighting the monsters. So there's so much more to the game than fighting monsters in Monster Hunter World. The developers said themselves in an interview with Arex at TGS that instead of going for a giant, large-scale, empty map, they wanted to go for depth within smaller, tight-knit ecosystems. And this is definitely shown in the attention to detail in every zone in the game. The zones themselves look amazing. The Great Forest, the Wildspire Waste and the Coral Highlands just look so good. And I can't wait to get in there and explore these awesome maps and potentially the new ones which they're going to announce in the future. Now that's all from me, guys. If you want to see more Monster Hunter content in the future, I'm definitely going to be putting out some more Monster Hunter videos when I get round to making them. But for now, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all very soon.